Every chance I can to be a better man. I'm always in sand, I'm always in deep, up to my neck. Might not be feeling the best, little bitch, you feeling the test. Told you just give it a rest.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, what's good? How y'all doing, man? It's been a while. It's been a good couple months, man. Shoot, and in case you're wondering, yeah, this vid is like, okay, so this, the last vid, you know, the Jordan Snipes vid, that one was recorded literally months. That was a couple months ago. That was like either right before the election or right before, you know, I had went to vote, or right after I went to vote. You know, as far as the presidential candidates, you know. So since then, you know, the dude who edits my videos, you know, he's just been, you know, taking time doing a lot of stuff. But we should be back finally. We should be back. Yeah, man, I am back, y'all. A lot has been going on. We are back for another review. We will be reviewing a new artist who I never heard of, but alongside our artist is an artist I know about that who follows me on Instagram as well. I follow him. You know, we may be doing some work and stuff, you know, later down the line. But we have DaveyG. DaveyG, another Syracuse native. And then here we have another fellow Syracuse native who I heavily fuck with. He is like he had to have been my first artist I reviewed on this YouTube channel, which is Ehoff, you know, Eric Hoffman, you know, like, you know, that's low-key the homie right there, you know. Yeah, so we will be reviewing the project To Be Continued. You know, it's featuring, it has both DaveyG and Ehoff. You know, they collaborated to do a little something together. And this is only a 7-track album. Now, of course, I'm not really so used to 7-track albums. The last time I listened to a 7-track album was Kanye's Yay album, you know, which was something different, and a couple other albums that he produced as well. But still, this is definitely a short, easy listen, you know. So with that being said, like, I was definitely able to get a couple listens in, knowing how short the track list is, you know, so I could be able to have a, you know, not that much to say, but enough to say that hopefully y'all will take away from this album review, you know. So, but yo, I mean, shoot, let's get started on this track list, man. Of course, you know, we open the album up with Can't Stop, which is produced by AK Castro and Hadouken Beats. I never heard of Hadouken Beats, but I actually love that name. I love that title, Hadouken Beats. I see you, bro. I see you. But yeah, man, we got Can't Stop, which is a nice ass, you know, just a nice solid intro. It wasn't too crazy, but it was just like, okay, it gives you an idea where we're gonna go. You know, it has like that same just signature AK sound to it. I can't really say too much about that, you know. And then going on to Holding On, which is produced by IBN. So this track, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I'm like, I love this track, but disappointed by this track at the same time, and I'm explaining why. First off, producer IBN, yo, like, I love, this is definitely my personal favorite production out of the entire album, you know, personally. I just love the vibe. It's like there's actually there might be a name I might want to give, you know, well, I'd say AK sound, but overall just, you know, Ehoff sound. But, you know, I gotta explain it later on. But all I know is that just the production on this thing I love so much. Like, it's just like, this shit, you could just smoke to this shit. It has such a nice, how do I explain it? It's like, I don't know, I think of like trap music and then Drake and then maybe some Bryson Tiller all mixed into one when I think of the sound, the you know, the sonically. It was just hitting me, you know, especially when having it in my headphones, man. It had me gone. You know, it had me gone. I had to acknowledge this, you know. Now, of course, the disappointment comes from the fact that I can't really understand the vocals. They're too drowned out into the production, you know. And that, once again, you know, if I can't but to wonder if AK did have his hand on the engineering, you know, when it comes to the album as a whole. And it's like, you know, I could tell, like, of course, you know, he definitely was able to you know, engineer, mix and master that the production well, but I do feel like just overall he definitely needs to step up as far as just vocals, you know. Definitely needs work when it comes to vocals. He's getting better, he's getting there, but it's like, man, if Holding On was better, if Holding On was able to just get the vocals right, man, the vocals were more clearer, was more turned up on Holding On, man, this would have been my favorite track. But sadly it's not, but it is one of my favorite tracks, I will say that, simply because of the production mainly, you know. But that's really that. But moving on to track 3, we got Exhausted featuring AK, which was, you know, another you know, solid track. Once again, you know, the same issue I had as far as the mixing of the vocals, make sure I could hear them bitches, you know, more clearly. But still, it's another dope track. You know, it's produced by AK along with AT Meson or Meson. I ain't mean to butcher your name, bro, but you know, definitely y'all did a good job. You know, what I do like about, you know, just between AK and Ehoff's projects is that the albums feel cohesive. It feels like an experience. And one thing I will, oh my god, it just hit me, DaveyG. Oh my god, DaveyG. I keep talking about like you know, Ehoff and shit and AK, but it's like, I'm not even thinking about DaveyG. But it's like DaveyG, shit, DaveyG, you're pretty solid on this. But it's like, alright, another negative I did have to point out was the fact that because of the fact that half of this album, because this isn't all of this album, but because half of this album, just the mixing as far as the vocals was just so, like, you know, hit or miss. It was like, it was difficult. It was sometimes difficult for me to tell, like, okay, is this Ehoff or is this fucking DaveyG? Like that was like my issue, you know, especially since, you know, both of y'all, you know, do apply auto-tune. I do sometimes do a little you know, harmonic performances, you know, but definitely Ehoff does that more. But still, it's like sometimes I could just kind of get lost into the music more, and I just, you know, happen to hear auto-tune artists after other auto-tune artists, and it's like I can't. It can sometimes be difficult for me to pinpoint. Okay, that's Ehoff. Oh no, that's DaveyG. Like, you know, that type of deal. You know, I just really hope y'all can be able to take this into, you know, consideration. You know, but when I do hear DaveyG, it's like, alright, bet, and he definitely holds his own on this fucking album, definitely, just as much as Ehoff actually. It's just, once again, it could be definitely difficult to tell the fucking, you know, the differences sometimes, simply because of the production drowning out so much as well. So that's really my deal, you know. But moving on, we got track number 4, which is Free, which is actually my favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite track on the album. Free, fucking, and you know, DaveyG definitely was like, he was front and center. The vocals, it's like everything was good. I have no complaints when it comes to this track. Like the mixing, everything was just great. Everything was dope. You know, DaveyG, he did his thing. Like, just, I could still remember the hook and all that shit. Like, everything was dope. And this was produced by AK, and then another producer who I never heard of, named Come Outside, which is, you know, a cool, it's a cool name, you know. But this one is just like the bass was slapping. It's like there wasn't too much production going on, and that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, you know. But definitely, it just things. There was a little more breathing room as well, you know, to hear the artist and shit. And yeah, man, like just the bass was slapping, just everything was just right, especially the hook, you know. The engineers on this made sure you felt this shit, which I'm very happy about, you know. And then we move on to track 5, which is Rainbow Dreams with AK and Myra Kieko. I don't want to butcher her name, but this is also another solid track. The mixing was Like everything was good. Actually, the mixing was all right. Like literally, it was not till after fucking Free that things started getting better as far as just, you know, the engine, the mixing. Like everything started sounding more like complete as far as just the mixing is concerned. Everything started sounding better, you know, so I could, you know, get the better clarity and all that shit. So yeah, man, Rainbow Dreams, you know, nice hook, you know, I like Myra's performance on this. Just this actually has the most producers on it. We got AK, got Beats by Fez, Beats by Fez, Digital DK, One Shark Boy, and then Nest XB. You know, so this definitely had the most production, but this is still a good, real good song. You know, it kind of gives. Once again, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all what this music, the type of sound I almost want to like call this. After just coming off of Rainbow Dreams, it's like, especially coming off of the last couple albums AK has done, you know, just having his hands on this shit. It's like there's a name I feel like is rightfully, you know, like I feel like I should rightfully give this name to this type of sound, and maybe AK could, I don't know, maybe it'll give him some ideas, maybe it'll give him, I don't know, just I'm gonna explain more, but still, Rainbow Dreams is another favorite. You know, it's another favorite of mine. And then, of course, going on to track 6, which is Letting Go, which is another favorite. Produced by AK and then KRS Dot. And yeah, another favorite track, Letting Go, was just like, once again, it's like I can't really get into the details. I'm not saying like every track is the same, but it's like, once again, there's cohesiveness. There's a cohesiveness, and like Letting Go is really, it definitely gives you a subject matter of just, you know, letting go. It talks about letting go, and just like the hook is just, you know, real catchy and all that. So, you know, once again, like before completing this album review, you know, I would say that when it comes to AK, Ehoff, or just anyone that's going to anyone, when it comes to anyone going to AK to help, to help just with the hands-on with the album and shit, like, you know, if anything, I don't really go to like their music for like deep meaning, yada yada. I'm not saying that the music can't be relatable, but it's like this is the type of music that you listen to like just vibe to, smoke to, and just, you know, ride around to, or even dance to. Like, you don't really expect too much, and that's okay. Like, you don't have, like, not all music has to be deep. Not all music has to have like a message or something, you know. It's kind of like with Juice WRLD, you know, if you think about it. You know, like, he didn't have like the most lyrical type of music. It's like he said what's on his mind, damn near straight and forward, and boom, that was mainly it. You know, it had some nice good production, and I hear this music how I hear Juice WRLD's music. You know, how anyone would hear Juice WRLD's music. Honestly, I feel that's a worthy example. You know. And I'm hoping I'm not all over the place when it comes to this review, but it's like there's just more things that's just coming about. And now we have the final track. The final track, we got One Last Time, which is produced by AK, solely AK. And yeah, man, I believe this has to be maybe my second favorite track. No, my third favorite. I'm gonna tell you my top 5 favorite tracks, but yeah, One Last Time, man. It's like, it's really just about, you know, honestly, just wanting that love, regardless of what the type of bullshit you're on, what type of demons you may be fighting, and all that. Or it's like, you know, DaveyG and, you know, Ehoff. It's like they talk about drugs. They talk about, like, you know, popping Xan, yada yada, and still, you know, just knowing how, you know, their loved ones will still be there for them and will still love them. You know, if anything, this has to have the most, I don't know, like, maybe I wouldn't say too deep, but it definitely had the most, you know, seriousness, if you ask me, out of the entire you know, album. You know, like, you know, whether it's an Ehoff album or AK album, it's like there's always like a worthy finisher when it comes to their projects. And of course, you know, along with DaveyG, you know, that may be the case. I will say I definitely need to go to DaveyG's albums. I definitely need to go hear his shit. I need to hear how he sounds by himself. This is, once again, this is a solid project, you know. This is a solid project. There is, of course, you know, there is a good couple flaws as well that, just once again, you know, they need to just get hashed out, especially when it comes to future projects, you know, because this music, like, just when you take this music for what it is, it's great vibe and music. Like, this is great vibe and music that you can dance to, smoke to, all that. It's like, this is honestly just music that you want to get lost in. You guys just go to sleep to this music if you think about it, you know. But still, like, this is just good music that you can play damn near any time, if you ask me. Damn near any time. Definitely at nighttime, but still definitely any time, you know. And that's totally okay. Like, that's what a lot of people sometimes need these days, honestly, you know. And you know, I think this is rightfully, I feel like this is right to say this, but AK makes trap disco music. He makes trap disco music. Honestly, like, I feel like that's the best way to do it. It's like, because there's definitely certain sounds I feel I can hear at disco, but definitely has that trap influence, you know. But still, once again, it's like trap, either disco trap or trap disco. AK, you tell me which one sounds better, trap disco or disco trap. I say trap disco, but you know, I may beg to differ. But still, I feel like that's like a new type of thing to call it, you know, a new type of name to give it. Honestly, the type of sound, the type of music that you make when it comes to just this genre of hip hop is, you know, like a subgenre within a genre within the genre, the subgenre when it comes to trap music, you know, especially when it comes to autotune. So yeah, man, like this album, it's a solid one. I will definitely go back to this again. If anything, I could definitely take a good couple tracks out of this album, you know. So it's like, you know, now of course, you know, my top 5 tracks would have to be, it was Free, Letting Go, Rainbow Dreams, One Last Time, and then Holding On. And once again, if the vocals were just better on Holding On, man, this would have been my favorite track easily. Especially when it comes to IBN. Like, IBN, you did your shit on this, man. You did your shit. But yeah, man, like, if anything, after this just after this review, I will go back to hear DaveyG shit. You know, I want to hear, like, okay, how is he on his own when it comes to projects? Like, I really want to just hear him. I do think that he got something, especially coming off of Free. It was like, all right, okay, he got some shit. He definitely got some shit, you know. Especially on Holding On, it's like he, you know, if I look at the credits, it was mainly him. But once again, it was like, it was difficult to really embrace him simply because of the production. But yeah, man, listen, thank you all. That is all, man. This is the album review for To Be Continued. Y'all, but yo, yeah, go check these people's music out. All right, go check them out. DaveyG, you know, solid job. Ehoff, solid job. AK, solid job. You know, you definitely do not go wrong when it comes to your production. And every other artist, especially IBN, you know, every other producer, I mean, especially IBN, great job as far as production is concerned. Yeah, man, but look, that is all, y'all. That is it. I appreciate y'all. Declare y'all have a blessed and highly favored day. You know, stay safe, man. A lot is going on, especially the fact that fucking Trump supporters ran to the fucking Capitol. But that's a whole other thing. But look, man, y'all stay safe. God bless y'all. I love y'all. And stay tuned for the next review. Peace.